All right, good evening, Cyber friends. This is the Midi Man coming at you again from Walk Studio back in Studio B. And we give God all the praise and honor, give Him all the glory for life, health, and strength. We thank Him. As you see, the title of this video says Watch Night 2020. Yes, friends, I've done a video about Watch Night meeting, which was tradition in the black church for many, many years. Um, and I've done quite a few videos explaining just what the meaning of it is and the reason why we still celebrate Watch Night as black people. And I'm not trying to insult anybody and telling them, but when you don't know something, you just don't know. Years ago, I tried to explain Watch Night, and I tried to explain the conditions that surrounded it, everything, and it was during this time that this nation was divided. Once again, it was divided. It was a civil war. That's what the Union called it, the Civil War. But the Southern state called it the war between the states. And it was during this time that in the year of 1862, that our president at that time, Abraham Lincoln, he wrote out a document and put into law the bill called the Emancipation Proclamation. And in that proclamation, it, quote unquote, it freed all slaves on January 1, 1863. That's what it did. It was supposed that all involuntary servitude would have ended on January 1, 1863. So what happened that a lot of the blacks that knew about this, because like I said, you talking about a time when education was not that prevalent with a lot of the blacks. But nevertheless, there was still a few that did get some formal learning, and they were able to share things with the rest of the culture. But at any rate, it was on this night in 1862 that the slaves, they got together and close to midnight, and they came together in, some people would say, on Bush Harbor, because they didn't necessarily have a nice church building that we have in these days and time to go to. They met wherever they could meet, outside on the Bush Harbors and whatnot. They did whatever they could, barns and or whatever. And what they did on this night in 1862, they was watching for midnight, the stroke of midnight, when it would be January 1, 1863. They were watching for that particular date that was free them from slavery, or involuntary servitude, as you would call it. Therefore, we get the name Watch Night. That's where we get the name from, Watch Night, because they were watching for January 1, 1863, when the proclamation would go into effect that would sleep free all the slaves. Now, that's just a nutshell definition, y'all, about it. And really and truly, that's really all you need to. There's a lot of other things that surrounded this here particular event. There are a lot of things happened. As we know, President Lincoln, he was assassinated. Right during the close of the Civil War. But nevertheless, we see that the black race, this is how come we celebrate Watch Night services. In all of the churches in the surrounding areas and everywhere, black churches especially, they would recognize Watch Night services. Now, let me say one thing, people. And I mean, I don't say this now to be prejudiced. Not at all. But the white people don't celebrate watch night because they didn't have anything to celebrate. They were not in slavery. Now, if they want to have a watch night service, so be it. Thank you, Jesus. They want to have a watch night service. They truly welcome to do so. But I'm just saying, they did not have the watch for anything on that particular night in 1862. But it was the black man that was looking for something to happen that next day. So therefore, that's all you see that is not prevalent in a lot of the white churches that it is in the black churches. And I wish one day that we could stop saying that, white church and a black church, when we just said church, period. Well, all of us that come together as one. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping for that day to come. And so as we sit here on this here particular Watch Night 2020, we see a lot of things have happening this year. But even though there was a lot of grief, a lot of mishap that did occur in this here particular year, but there were also some good things that came out of this year as well. And we got to give God the praise and the glory because we are still standing tall. All of you that are looking at this video right now, you got something to thank God for because you still here. I'm still here as of right now. And in another couple of hours, maybe another hour or so, we will cross over into 2021. And what we will face in 2021, we don't know. But I do know that if we went through 2020, we should be able to go through 2021. God is still on the throne. God is still able. So we just had to come and just say just a few words. I didn't want to do a long, drawn out video about this here watch night thing because I've done a video about that years ago. I believe I got about 3 or 4 of them up on YouTube about watch night services. All y'all got to do is check them out. We'll go to Middyman 45 on my channel, and you should be able to pull up those videos if you desire to do so. But at any rate, we just want to say that we give God the praise and give him the glory. We thank him for the well as it is that he has brought us thus far. And in just another hour, we will cross over, hopefully, into 2021. And that we're gonna be doing the same thing we was doing in 2020. We're going to keep our hands in the winding chain. We're going to keep our hands in God's hand. Keep ourselves on guard. Keep ourselves prayed up. Make certain that we do all that our Maker would ask us to do. Keep our hand. People, we need to give God some of our time, just the way we give other stuff our time. Let's not shortchange God. Let's give God some time. We ought to give God more time than anything, really. But nevertheless, if you're not going to do that, at least give him some time. And so with that said, Middyman is going to go ahead on and I got a couple of things, items I want to pull up on my computer. I told y'all that I'm working on some music stuff right about now. And it's coming together pretty good. I got some great ideas from searching on the net and everything, and I got some pretty good ideas, and so it just is making me more enthused to go on and really go on and do some things and put my hand to something and do good. And like we need to keep our mind on positive things if we can. And so with that said, Watch Night 2020, Middyman is at your service as still, and we are saying that we will continue the Bible study on Blog Talk Radio. I've been contemplating letting the Blog Talk Radio episode go, but I was going to continue the Bible study, but I want to do it upon another platform. But I think that I'm going to stick with Blog Talk Radio as long as I can. That's what I started with, and then, I mean, it seemed to be doing pretty good. Matter of fact, I haven't gotten I haven't gotten any bad reviews about Blog Talk Radio since my sister Delphine, she let me knew that the volume was low, and I knew the reason why. I figured that out because I was not holding the phone line in my hand close enough to me when I was doing the live feed, because my professional mic is picking it up for the live feed, but it wasn't doing nothing for y'all on the phone line. So I figured that out, and once I figured that out, everything was good to go. So we don't intend on moving to Blog Talk. We want to stick with Blog Talk because it was the pioneer of me doing the Bible study, among other things. And so we're going to keep it at that. Minnie Man is going to break away for a few minutes, and we want to watch this night come over. We want to definitely watch it come over and everything, and we're going to give God the praise as usual, and then we may come back. We may come back and do a little speech with everybody after midnight. I might do that. It's just according to how I might feel. So with that being said, this Minnie Man saying, whatever you get into, God ain't in it. Please, ma'am, please, sir, come on out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. Till the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. This is Minnie Man saying peace and good evening.